afternoon, good evening. Whenever you check this out, I want to welcome you back to another episode of Meditation Monday. Excuse me. My name is Rev Rich, and as always, I am grateful for you joining me today. And today we're going to do a second part to what I like to call the Christmas trifecta, or the end of the year trifecta, which is we do the burning bowl to release that which does not serve us. And usually in the same service, we'll do what's called writing a letter to God or writing a letter to good. And we're going to go through a short meditation and then allow you time to go ahead and write your letter. Now, when we did this at Unity of NEPA, we, of course, would address an envelope with our address on it and put it into the prayer box, and then it was prayed over for the year during our prayer time at the services. And then at the end of the year, that letter would be mailed back to you to see what you've accomplished in that year. So again, we're not doing that, but what I would tell you to do is, after writing the letter, is seal it in an envelope and put not to be opened till January 1st of 2023. Put it aside, put it in your Bible, put it in any divine book that you have or spiritual space. Maybe it's a meditation altar, and leave it there. And then remind yourself at the end of 2022, or if I'm still around doing these videos for you, remind yourself to go ahead and open that letter and see where you're at. With that being said, we are trying to grow our community bigger. So hopefully by next Monday, we'll be announcing access to our spiritual community, which will be a private group for those who are like-minded and want to join and do a little bit more. We will be beginning our Meditation Mondays next week with a book called Breathing Space. It's written by Rev Kev, as we know him, is Kevin Contrell Ross, and Eric Ovid Donaldson, or Revi. I had the pleasure of having Reverend Donaldson be my speech teacher, and he spoke to me, taught us how to write and how to write sermons and things like that. He's also competed in Toastmasters International speaking competitions, and is now the associate minister at Unity of Sacramento. Rev Kev, or Reverend Kevin Ross, Contrell Ross, has done some great works in the New Thought community. He's a senior minister over at Unity of Sacramento as well. You can check them both out. Just do a search for it. You'll be able to see the live streams they do on a weekly basis. Very powerful church, very powerful Unity Spiritual Center, I should say, and their lessons are great. The energy is great, even though I've not had the privilege of being there in person, but just through the videos I've seen. The book is also great. You can look up either minister and you'll see the great works they do. I can spend hours here talking about how he was asked to pray at the commencement of Congress one time and all of that. So with that, they wrote a book called Breathing Spaces, a 52-week meditation journey for centered, soulful, and successful living. Again, even though this is not an official Unity study group or ministry, one of Unity's taglines is a positive path to spiritual living. And that's where we're living from spirit, living from that inner part of us. So that today, before we start this next week, and also have the spiritual group, because the way this will work is on Meditation Monday, we will pick a top. We will have the topic. We will have a meditation that goes with it. We'll join each other in meditation. And then there are some things that I will talk about next week. So next week's episode will be a little bit longer. And then on a daily basis, for those who decide to join our spiritual group and go through it, we'll have daily clues that you can do to strengthen yourself in this meditation. And then again, as I always say, I also encourage you to pick up the book. You can pick it up from Amazon. That's where I got my copy from. Not only does it support their works, and they've done more books and more works that are out there, but it also gives you something in hand to write as well. whatever you choose to do. So with that being said, we're going to put this aside. Join us next week for the beginning of this. You have a week. You can order it on Amazon. If you got Amazon Prime, you know you get it in 2 days. But I will implore you to have a journal or something to take down the instructions. And again, these videos will be up. So I hope you join us. And it's a 52-week journey. So this will take us all the way into 2023. So with that being said, let's talk about the letter to God, or the letter to good. Letter to our higher self, letter to our divine self. Doesn't matter how you see it for yourself. Basically, what we're doing is we're taking a moment to quiet our mind and allow the vision of what this year will look for us. Maybe there's something you want to accomplish. Maybe there is family relationships that you want to improve or start. You know, there's so many things that this year can bring to you. You know, if we continue to look at, you know, COVID, we continue to look at everything that's happening wrong, then we lose the perspective of what is possible during this year. I've had many challenges, but I've had many blessings this year. And those are the things that we need to focus on, is those blessings, so that more and more can go. And anybody who knows me knows that I have a favorite song, which includes a step dance, which is called Blessings on Blessings. So check that out if you have a minute. You know, enjoy the song. If you want to practice the steps, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll follow in Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith's Beckwith's path, where at his church he has the dance moment, where he shows all the people on Zoom joining together doing the dance to his music. And that's another great album if you're looking for something very energetic, very new thought, something that gives you a lot of affirmations. It's called Transcendence by Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. I have the album. I love it. I pull it out every so often to listen to it. Great high energy music. So with that being said, let's go ahead and remember to subscribe, like, share this out to anyone who wants to hear it, so that they know what we're about to start. Next week, the link for our spiritual group will be in the YouTube video, as well as on the With Every Encounter website, and probably shared to all our personal sites. So keep an eye out for that. And I hope you join again. There is no cost to join. Only requirement is that we remain open and courteous to each other. And if there are requests, such as prayer requests, things like that, that we are respectful to each other's personal journey. So let's go ahead and move into a space of meditation now. Make sure you have a pen and paper next to you. Or if you're a techie like me and you want to type it on your laptop or on your phone, either way, we're going to move from meditation into that space. And then we're just going to seal the envelope and release. So with that being said, let us create the vibration. Allowing the vibrations to push out all the worry and anxiety and just be present in this moment. And just breathe and feel that vibration. And as we breathe in at this moment, we know that we are in the presence of good, we are in the presence of God, and we release the outer world and we move into our Christ center, the center of our mind, the seat of the soul. And we focus our breathing there. As we focus our breathing there and in our heart, let's just take a few deep breaths just to continue to settle into this present moment. And release. Good. Once again, deeply in, feeling your abdomen rise, your lungs filling up with this beautiful presence that we're in, and release. And once again, let us breathe in and release. Let's just return to our normal breathing. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want to focus our vision inward. We want to picture ourselves. We want to picture ourselves in a movie theater. And we're sitting in our seats. Maybe we have our favorite snack, something that we need to touch. Maybe we just feel the seat that we're in, whether it's a reclining movie seat or just a regular seat. And in front of us, we see the big screen and we're waiting for the curtains to open. We just continue to breathe into this moment. As we continue to visualize, we see that the lights begin to dim and the theater becomes dark. And we have just enough light to see the curtains begin to open as we see light flickering on the screen. And maybe we see some previews of long-term goals we have, whether they're relationship goals, maybe they're financial goals, maybe they're spiritual goals, maybe they're just all around goals for our life. And we just see them as previews happening. Let's take a few moments to just watch those. And as the previews stop, we see a big moniker come up, big title screen. And we hear music as it begins. And just fill in your name where it says, "Welcome to the movie of the life of," and just put your name there. We see a picture right in the center of it, just reminding you that you are watching the movie of your life. And as the title screen opens up, we see the title come up, and it is the year 2023 in review. The life and times of, in your name, right there in big lights. You feel an excitement happening. You feel everything growing inside of you in anticipation, just to know what 2023 will look like for you. Take a deep breath in. And as we release it, we find this area of gratitude because we know everything we're about to see has already happened. And we are so grateful for it. And we release that gratitude. And we just sit and breathe and watch. So let's go ahead and do that for a few moments. And as we continue to sit and watch our movie, if emotions come up, allow it to happen. Allow it to move through this space. And know that all that is being delivered is in divine order. And I'm going to leave you in this space, and when you feel so moved, begin to write your letter. You can say, "Dear God, dear higher self," and you want to write it as if it's already happened. So, dear higher self, I am so glad that this year I was able to accomplish XYZ. I was able to finally reconcile. I was able to finally forgive myself or others. I mean, I was able to do that. And we sign it. We're so grateful that it all came to pass. And I am grateful for this year, and sign your name to it. Then I want you to go ahead and fold it, place it in an envelope, seal it, and as I said, you can save it in a Bible, you can save it in any book of divinity for yourselves, whether it's an altar or Reiki box. Just place it somewhere and then set a reminder, whether it's in a technical reminder or on your calendar, to pull it out on December 31st, or actually January 1st of 2023, and read it. As a Reiki master technician, I know that I'm sending distant Reiki energy to you and to your letter, to your mind, knowing that it's already done and that the universe is conspiring to help you accomplish everything in those letters. So with that, I will leave you here, to you and your letter, which is personal to you. I continue to send Reiki energy to your future to allow for this to happen. And just remember that even though it may not happen exactly, it will always happen for your good and in divine order. I love you. Nothing more you can do about it. And I will see you on our Truth Talk Tuesday or our Wisdom Wednesday for our White Stone ceremony, which is part of the 3 ceremonies we do toward the end of the year. And we will talk more about that then. Namaste.